Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a rather impromptu stream. Wasn't actually expecting to do this. As you can tell from the title, however, we've had a power cut at the office. So even though the office is actually not far from us, it's like literally far enough for there to be a power cut there, and at home we came home and there's no power cut, so it's kind of weird. It's one of those weird situations. It's typical. Today's normally the day where Beck works at the office, so I went to pick, everything was fine in the morning, went to pick Rebecca up from work, picked her up, brought her to the office, and there was a power cut. We hung around for a little bit, but it was pretty boring. There's not a lot you can do without electricity when it comes to listing and things like that. So it was one of those situations where we made an executive decision, didn't we, hon? Yep. Executive decision. We decided to come home. So hi to Claire Borden, Paul Slade, Falling into Space, Peter Ray, Claire Thompson, Sam Colbert, Nigel Fritz, Shop Windows says A-Up, a shock appearance, Karen Sells Clothes says office plus power cut, ask for a reduction in rent. No, I'm not going to do that. It's not their fault. It's not like a power cut specific to the office. There's a number of postcodes affected. It happens. It's just one of those things. So we've had to just take it on the chin and just take it as an afternoon off. Peter Rick says hi as well. And plus, I'm going to just say, well, I'm doing this video. You know, this is kind of reselling related, even though it's not making me any money. We'll do it this way. Anyway, guys, we've got some sales to share with you, some really nice sales. Heisey and Beck's not in shot. Yeah, Beck is chilling on the sofa. Do you want to shout hi? I don't know if they can hear you or not. There you go. I don't know if that came across. But yeah, so we've got some cool sales to share, and you know, some nice items to kind of like share with you guys anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on with the sales part of this video. Let me just pop out. Let me just go to the live chat and quickly pop this chat out so that I can minimize this screen and I can have the chat up as well. That'll be a good idea. Okay, like she's come into the chat and said hi. There you go. All right, guys, so first item I'm going to share with you guys is actually a clothing item, a ladies clothing item that we've actually had in the store for quite a while. I'm pretty sure this was part of the house clearance pickup that we had ages ago, and we're getting it listed, I suppose. Now this is Jaeger ladies black and dark grey jacket, wool blend, UK size 10. It's a pretty plain looking jacket, and that might explain why it took a while to sell. But also I've heard other clothes resellers say that the vintage Jaeger label doesn't seem to sell. I think Shelster Rooney said this. I'm not sure if someone else said it, but maybe it was Shelster Rooney, I can't remember. Maybe it was Karen, I don't know. Said that the vintage label, for them, they find it doesn't shift as quickly as the more modern label. And I suppose the styling of these clothes, because they're definitely old school, you can tell they're probably like 80s or 70s, I don't know. It took a while, but it was on sale at £17. We dropped it down to 20. I think originally it would have been more than that. Dropped it down to 17 in the sale with a 15% off, and someone bought it for the asking price of £17 plus the shipping cost. So that was not a bad little sale in the end. All right. Fritz says, have cleared some inventory today from the eBay store, looking for new items tomorrow. Okay. John Clissold, Michelle Lathan, hi, welcome. Darren Smart Reselling, afternoon. And John, Cincinnati Picker, wow, that's a surprise. Thank you for popping in. Normally I'm not live at this time though, so yeah. Thanks for popping in. So that's the first item, a nice vintage Jaeger wool blend coat thing. Who would have thought a wool blend coat would have sold in the beginning of summer? But there you go. It goes to show you can't guess when these things are going to sell. It wasn't me. Jaeger isn't a quick flipper for me, to be honest, but if I can get it cheap enough, it will sell eventually. There we go. All right. Next item. This is a Nintendo DS that we bought about a week ago for £2. a silver DS. This is for the console only, no mains charger, as you can see. The condition of it was very good considering it's a silver DS Lite. So it's a DS Lite, and we sold it pretty quickly. We paid £2, sold it for £15 plus shipping, which is not bad for without the charger. Now the first item I want to share with you guys that is for me a really good flip, I just want to share this with you. This is one of our better sales recently, and it's something worth looking out for, a bolo, I suppose. Recently we picked up a job lot of Warhammer books, and the Warhammer books that we bought we paid, how much did we pay for these Warhammer books? I need to remember now off the top of my head. Oh gosh, I think I paid £7. I think £7, was it? I think it was 6 or 7. I think it was £7 for a bunch of Warhammer books, and these Warhammer books were from like our local tip shop, and it was just one of those things where right place, right time, and they just wanted to get rid of them because there was a whole bunch of them. So obviously we bought them, and I was glad that I did. Now what we did is I went through them. I did share them in a video recently. I can't remember when, but I did share them in a video not too long ago actually. And like I think Peter Ray came forward with a lot of information, and it was really helpful, so I do appreciate that, Peter Ray. So let me just share with you what happened. So we may have shared this sale previously, but this is just to show you what's happened with the sale. So the £7 outlay, I didn't really want to sell these books separately. These are all paperback books. I just took a few photos, started this auction at 99p, and it went to £38 plus the £10 shipping. So we got 48 quid in total for this set of books at auction. Now the cool thing about this is in this bundle, well, before listing this bundle, I took out what I thought were like the peaches of the actual set of books that I bought for £7, remember, and we sold this single book. We had it up at $99.99. Now that is pretty high. I just priced it up because I knew it was rare. We had a couple of lowball offers at about £20, which we declined, and then we put it on a 50% off sale because I was like, I don't want it hanging around forever. It doesn't annoy me that much, but still, you know, we took 50% off of it, bam, and we got an offer from some guy in Belgium who paid 40, was it, Rebecca? £40, guys, £40 for this single book. So if you're looking in the book, and this is just a paperback book, guys, paperback book, can't believe it, Death of the Old World, this is what you want. Warhammer End Times, Death of the Old World. If you come across it, know it's worth some money. People sometimes sell it cheap. Someone had sold a copy of this book on eBay for £20, so you know, you might want to keep an eye out for it. Well worth it. It didn't take too long to sell, a couple of weeks, 3 or 4 weeks I think, and we took 40 quid plus the shipping to Belgium, so that was a really nice little sale, and I was really happy. Shucks, there I was thinking of buying ladies' clothes. There, you could have so much fun with ladies' clothes, says Karen. Maybe. Claire says, nice shirt to Daisy. Thank you, Claire. This was a nice charity shop pickup as well. It's just a cheapy little shirt, but I like it. It does the job. It's my style. BCP has popped in. Have your sales picked up again? Then hope they have. They kind of have, but it's still early days. It's difficult to say, but they seem to have, don't they? They seem to have. All right, moving on. This is a nice little sale as well. This is a Nike Arsenal 2010 football jersey. Nothing special about this really. It's just a plain Arsenal jersey, and the size is it a large as well. Nike Dry Fit Fly Emirates from 2010. It was on at 20, and again it was in the 15% off sale, so we sold it for $16.99 plus shipping, so that was pretty good. Now this coming up, guys, is also a bolo, I suppose, something to look out for. We just, was it a week or two ago, we went to the car boot and we bought a bunch of video games. We bought 2 video games for 50 pence. So these were 50 pence each, basically. And these are Spectrum 128K plus 3 games, but the key is these games are the disc versions, not the cassette versions. So as long as they're like disc versions, they can be worth some good money. So I bought these for 50p. It was, there was a no-brainer really. They were in a box. I actually spotted. What I actually did was I shared it. We shared this on the, I think on the haul video that we did, and it was we found a Spectrum power supply. That's what caught my attention, and it was in just this box of junk with these other items, and my attention really was on the power supply, and I think I paid £1 for the power supply, or was it £2? And then it was like 50p each for these games, and I thought they look old, they look cool, they've got to be worth that. And I priced them up at £50 with best offer, and some guy in the Czech Republic bought this game for 50 asking price, and this game for 50 as well. So it just goes to show. I'm not even showing you what I'm showing you. Hold on, let me just show you what I'm actually talking about. Here you go. This game, Microprose Gunship, but remember it's the disc version of the games. There are plenty of cassette versions of this game on eBay. And they don't hold nearly as much value. So you want the Spectrum plus 3 disc versions. So you can see here this game, a Tomahawk helicopter flight sim, and you can see it says Spectrum plus 3 disc. And there's even like a letter that came with that one, because the guy who originally bought this had the disc replaced. So really old school. I didn't even wipe off the coffee or Coca-Cola stain or whatever that is. I didn't have a baby wiped hand. I thought, screw it, I'm listing it anyway. And it still sold £50 along with this other game. So the guy just spent £100 plus like 18 quid shipping for those games. And it just goes to show that when it comes to anything in reselling, it's not just about when people say like think outside the box, it doesn't, what it kind of means, I suppose, is just to have some lateral thinking. Like these weren't being fought over. We turned up to this car boot sale quite late, and this is just a bit of knowledge, I suppose, if nothing else, that it's worth keeping an eye out on things like this. So these old disc versions of these games are worth some good money, and like I said, the guy spent 50 quid. I mean, that's the equivalent. I mean, if this had been a SNES game or a PlayStation 1 game, there would have been dealers all over it, and it would have just been like gone. There was no, for this there really wasn't any fight or anything. It was more of a rummaging kind of thing. It didn't look like much, but these games, £50 game, that's a £50 game. That's what it's sold for. Can't grumble. So really pleased with that. I mean, who'd have thought that's a £50 game? And again, look at this. It's a Tomahawk helicopter flight simulation. Just it came in one of those really thin folding kind of sleeved cases. Just nothing more to it really. Sold for 50 quid. So definitely worth keeping an eye out on that. Moving on, a bit more of a basic standard sale. This is a pair of Levi 501 jeans. 20 plus shipping. Did they actually sell for 20, or did we take an offer? Yeah. Sold for 20. They sold for asking. I think we paid like £2 for these. Levi 501s. Yeah, good condition. There we go. 20 quid plus shipping. These are going to France, which is cool. Carl has a football shirt that is worth nearly £1,000. Won't let me sell it though, says Karen Sells Clothes. And Kirsty Lulu says football shirts are great. Sold the 2004 Arsenal shirt for £70. Yeah, the earlier back you can go, the more money you'll make, definitely, guys. And Karen says the stain is better than the typewriter. Yeah, very true. Moving on. This is another thing that's worth keeping an eye out for is remote controls. Some remote controls, if you've got the patience and time to list them, they can be worth some money. This is a remote for a Panasonic CD system. Now what this was an item that I sold abroad, and it came back to me. It was like a boom box. It came back to me and it was damaged. It was like the buyer never accepted the parcel, so it ended up just coming back to me, but it ended up arriving back to me damaged. And so I just took the remote control out, sold it just to get some money back. It sold for £12.74. Let's have some close-ups of this remote, see if there's anything untoward on these photos. I don't think so. Nothing too bad there that I can see. Ryan says, boss, can I have a day off, please? We're not having a day off. We had a power cut, man. Becca's here with me as well, so power cut. So I thought I'd just come home and do this instead. All right. Final item that I want to share with you guys, another pair of jeans, again a pair of Ralph Lauren Polo jeans. These sold today for £20. They were on at 30, 15% off, took them down to £25.49. We got an offer of £20 to a customer in Russia, so they're on their way to Russia. So it is what it is. So those were the sales really that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm not going to make this a super long video because obviously people might be watching after the fact, and I don't want it to be like a incredibly long video. Hopefully people will still be able to kind of get some use out of it even when they're watching it not live. But yeah, a couple of really cracking sales that we've had from items that we've picked up. The Spectrum games, the Warhammer stuff, it's been really good. BCP says, I might go to Corbridge again then, even though it wasn't very good last week and it was a lovely day. That's the thing, BCP, sometimes with car boots and charity shops, you will go there and find absolutely nothing. And then sometimes you'll go there and find a ton. It's just luck of the draw. That's all it is. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it a day now because I'm gonna go and now spend the rest of the evening playing Fortnite. I'll be streaming it on my other channel. If any of you guys want to watch me be awesome at Fortnite on PC, you're more than welcome to subscribe to my other channel and watch that, because of course you want to. But yeah, I'm probably gonna spend the rest of the evening just playing video games today. I feel like doing that. No office today, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Hope you found the sales I showed useful. If you did, leave a thumbs up and a nice comment, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I should have really gotten the screen up, which lets me end the stream, but I'm going to do that now. Bye.